So the first time I did Colbert, this is what happened. So usually when you do a late night set, you have to get like your 5 minutes together and you submit it. But for a lot of comics, myself included, once you hit record on that video camera and you know you're going to submit it, you become so hyper aware of everything. It can kind of make it so you don't seem, I'm not as loose. It seems more artificial. I'd never done stand-up on TV before either. So I was never submitting a set to late night specifically. So I was doing a lot of colleges at the time, and I remember I had this college in upstate New York, and the college said they're like, we're about 2 hours outside of New York, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, depending on how fast you drive. It was easily 6 hours outside of the city. So I had rented a car, and I'm like flying to this college. I do the college. I'm so tired of driving. I'm coming back in, and I had a show that night at the Cellar, and I had just gotten passed. So I was like, shit, I'm not going to have time to go to the rental car place, return the car, and go get changed and go to the Cellar. So I'm all frazzled. So I end up going to some clothing store, getting some new clothes, getting changed in the car. I was like, I'll go to the Cellar, then I'll return the car, then I'll go get some sleep. Because it was like I had driven 6 hours, done the show, slept a little bit, and started coming back. Jesus. So when I get to the Cellar, it's like an 11 o'clock spot, and I'm just like, fuck it, like whatever. Do the spot, and it was great. I don't usually say that, but like that was great. I remember being like, yeah, that was great. I very rarely say that. I'm like, yeah, it was a problem because I said was when I should have said would. It's like that's. But I remember afterwards, I was like, that was great. Maybe it was just great compared to that awful car ride. I don't know. So then I was at an open mic, and I get a message, bing, bing. And it was the booker of Colbert, and she was like, hey, I was at the Cellar the other night. That was awesome. I saw your set. I think I can pull 5 minutes from it. So she had seen Jessica Pilot. Yep. So she had seen the 15-minute set. So I didn't have to submit the 5. She picked from the 15 she saw live when I didn't know she was there. So that was really nice. So then she was like, look, this is a process. It takes a long time. You don't have any TV credits. It might be hard to get you on, blah, blah, blah. But she was like, but I'll see what I can, I want to work with you, and let's see what we can do. So we started working on the set, just making a Google Doc, transcribing things. She would come out to shows with me every now and then. And she was having a little bit of a hard time getting the people that also have to sign off on the set to sign off. Because they're like, well, she doesn't have any, I don't think I'd even been to Just for Laughs yet. So she was talking to her boss, and she said that he was asking her about something, and she was like, did you watch that Emma Willmann set yet? And he said no, and she hung up and said, call me back after you watch it, which is I really appreciate that. Sure. So he watched it, and then he liked it, and then they were like, we're going to put you on right away. And this is a good little nugget of advice. This is a takeaway I had from it. When she said, we're going to put you on right away, I was like, no, I got to change this, I got to change that. And she was like, it's only women that say that to me. She was like, 100% of the time, if I say, I'm going to put you right on, a guy will be like, great. She was like, I've asked women to do the show, and they've said, I can't because of this. I have to wait because of that. And she's like, I'll have men message me and say, my set's ready. And then she's like, well, actually, I will tell you when it's ready.
And they're like 5 years away from being ready. Sure.
Right. And like, it will never be ready. But then she's like, I will tell you that. But I thought that was really interesting because when she said, she was like, I hear this a lot. You just be aware of that. And so then that made me be like, oh, okay. And she's like, you'll get ready. I'm telling you, you're ready. And I'm booking it, so you're ready.
I mean, that's a really interesting point, not just in comedy, but
in life, I think.
In life, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I found out that in an agency that I was working as writing ads, a guy that reported to me was making $10,000 more than me. Yes, and I was so pissed. But I learned from that he asked for more, and I just assumed if I'm doing a good job, they're going to give it to me. And so that's what needs to happen. And like, I used to always ask my dad and my brother, like, should I negotiate or should I just accept? And they would say, accept. No, I'll do it for $10,000 more. And then they say, okay.
Right.
So then one day I was dating a director, and I just thought, what would a straight white male do? And so I was like, all that, and I walked in, and I was like, I'd actually feel more comfortable running the set. And they were like, oh, okay. All you have to do is ask.
Yeah, I think of it like there's times I've been in Ubers where my phone's dying, and I'm like, oh, my phone's dying, like, argh! And I get frustrated with that before even asking if they have a charger. Who am I to get frustrated and waste that energy, frustration, when I haven't even asked if they have a charger?
Yeah.
Haven't even asked. It is ask. And it's always like, I guess it's tricky because it is a case by case basis, and gender is very like constructed and nuanced. But then when you hear things like that, you're like, yeah, it's good to think of it like, what would I do if I was thinking the highest of myself?
Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't have to be like men versus women, but I think it's just more valuing what you're bringing
Yes.
to the gig or the company or whatever.
Yes, exactly. So when she said that had the effect, her desired effect, because I said, oh, okay. And she was like, and also I am telling you the set's done. And then when I did it, I actually filmed it twice the first time because Bruce Springsteen went long. Bruce. So what happened, I invited my mom, my dad, my stepmom, my friend Mike, my friend Robin, my friend Carly. I invited my friend Julie. I invited too many people. So the green room was really crowded. And my mom was like bopping around like, oh, this is nice. Wow, craft services.
I love your mom impression, by the way.
Thank you. And she was like on one because she was like, oh. So I'm kind of like watching her, and my head wasn't in the game. And then Bruce Springsteen went long, which I guess is like a thing. So they were like, Emma, we're going to have you come back next week. And my mom was like, well, I told all my friends from book club she was going to be on tonight. Like, she think you can't just do that. And I was like, it's no big deal. So she was annoyed, which I could have cared. I was like, yeah, no, I'm happy that I got to do a sound check and get to come back. But also because Bruce Springsteen was on. Are you familiar with Bruce Springsteen?
So my first job, I was a writer's assistant at Fallon and SNL.
Oh, cool.
2012. And
cool.
I was like, I'd lead the talent to the dressing room, whatever. I was like doing everyone's bidding. And then the week that Bruce Springsteen was on Fallon, I had to sneak so many SNL people down the stairs and through the hallways. It was chaos. People go
Totally. And his nickname, people go boo Roos. I didn't know that. So what I thought they were booing me. So what happened, when I arrived, they send a car service to pick you up, and we were me and him on the show. Also, my outfit on that show was ridiculous. I was wearing red, white, and blue, and I don't know why no one stopped me. Like, it was just, I didn't realize. I don't know. Say it again.
Be patriotic?
No, I just truly didn't even. I was like, I like these. The second time I did it, I got a stylist, but the first time and I wore a suit jacket because I thought you were supposed to. But it's like, it's late night. You're not trying to audition for a job in HR or something. Like, that's how I felt like I was.
I do think that it's kind of cool and retro when someone like John Mulaney wears a suit. But
I love it when he does it. Yeah.
But he's that kind of guy. And
it's a cool suit. He probably had a stylist help him with that suit. It's not like a tacky suit. Mine was literally red, white, and blue, which is fine, but
it's like the kind of suit that comes with free pairs of pants.
Exactly. Exactly.